I took the liberty of setting this up, and I've been I have a Dojos and Ninjas other assignment in my prep folder, and I was trying to create this and it wasn't working, and I was starting to panic a little bit, but I finally got it to work. So I took the README from the books demo. So let's modify this a little bit. So let's just change this to Dojo Ninja demo. Okay, so first thing I need to do is application.properties, right? So I got to set everything up. So I'm going to go here and take all this code, copy paste. Okay, whoops. So now what do I need to change in here?
The CQL.
Yeah, schema name is going to be, I'm trying to remember which one I don't have. I think it's Dojo Ninja. Let's try, I don't think I have that one. Dojo Ninja will be my schema. Password will be root. Cool. Now we need, close that. Open up the pretty one. Okay, so we got that. We need to update our POM file. Okay, so I need dependencies for JSP. Dependencies for, yeah, I'll use Bootstrap, why not? And then dependencies for validations. Actually, I don't need that because I'm not validating. I'll put it in anyway. Okay, so whoops, yes I do. I need my index. Oh, come on, copy.
How did you create the index so fast?
So in my README, I have, so I have index.jsp, and then and you know what? No, yeah, that's the same. Yeah. So I have this will always be, as long as my README is in my root, right?
Okay.
This will always be the path to my index.
I got it. Okay.
So if I set up this link in my README file, all I have to do is click this button and it'll take me directly there.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry if I've been glossing over that. I thought I explained that part. Okay, so copy, paste. This is going to be D and N will be Dojos and Ninjas. All right. So now let's fire it up. Hopefully it'll crash. There we go. Okay, so why did it crash? You guys still there?
Yes, we are.
So why did I crash?
No routes.
No, if I didn't have routes, it'd be fine. Something else. What'd I forget? No, right. Hamza's right. There is no SQL database. So I was trying to do that actually. Whenever I make a mistake on purpose, I'm kind of proud of myself. So I intentionally selected or tried to select a schema that I didn't have. So I don't have a Dojo Ninja schema. So I need to make that schema. Dojo Ninja. Remember to click apply. Okay, so now I have a Dojo Ninja schema. Let me close some of these. Wow, that's a lot of them. Okay. So now if I go to Dojo Ninja, here it is. Nothing's there yet. Okay, so but now, oops, if I go back and start, it should run and not crash. Cool. All right, so let's go take a look at the assignment. Where is it? Adding one to many. Okay, so for the belt exam, and I guess you guys have seen several belt exams at this point, it's the same thing. It's going to be a wireframe with very little instruction, right? For the Java stack, they want you to follow RESTful routing. Okay, so I mean, it's a tenth of a point. If you don't do it, it's not that big of a deal, but why not? It's an easy tenth of a point as far as I'm concerned. So, whatever it says the routes are in the wireframe, make those your routes in your controller. Okay, so if it wants the new dojo page to be /dojos/new, make that the route you have to render this form. Okay. Same with Ninja, make those your routes. Okay, and then dojos 2 will display the dojo. Okay, so from this wireframe, what do we know that a dojo has in terms of attributes? Just a name, right? Exactly. So let's make our dojo model. So don't know if I have it in the README. Okay. So we've got, let's make instead of a burger, it's going to be a dojo. What is it called? Called it Dojo Ninja singular. So this has to be Dojo Ninja singular. This is Dojo Ninja singular. So our dojo, this should be wait, what did I do? Dojo Ninja, this should be dojo.java. And then I also need a ninja. Do it by hand. Ninja. Okay, so let's make our dojo. And let's make our ninja. Okay. Okay, so what do I need to add to my model to set it up as a model in Spring? You guys make me nervous when you're quiet.
I'm typing with you.
Okay. Okay. So we need the at entity, right? And we need to set up the table. The name is going to be dojos, right? Then we need the ID at generation. I can never remember this. Generated value, right? Strategy. Generation type dot identity. think that's right. Let me import Java persistence table. Good. Okay, so now these are the decorations, or not decorations, the annotations for our ID, which is a private long ID. Oh no. Yeah, it is persistence ID. I was right. Cool. All right, so now I should have a dojo table. Let's see if I do. Look at that. I got a dojo with an ID. Okay, so now I need, what else does a dojo have? A name, right? Private string name. So now I should have a name column. Cool. And now I need to make this into a bean, right? So I need to add my empty constructor, my full constructor, and my getters and setters. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Hold on. I forgot the most important part. A dojo has many ninjas, right? So how do I set that up? Yeah, at one to many. So we need at one to many mapped by dojo. And I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. Mapped by dojo, fetch equals fetch type lazy. Okay. Fetch type. Oh, fetch equals fetch type. Right? Is that right? Fetch equals fetch type lazy. Cool. Okay. So this is an annotation for what? So the property is a list of ninjas, right? So we're going to set up, so dojo will have many ninjas. So we're going to make our ninjas property, which is a list of ninjas. Okay, so we're going to say private list of ninja. We're going to call it ninjas. Okay, so let me import what doesn't know. Java util list. Cool. Now let's set up the corresponding part of the, oops, that's not what I want. Let's set up the corresponding part of a ninja. So what does a ninja have? And to find out, we're going to go look at our wireframe. So a ninja has a dojo, a first name, last name, and an age. Okay, so let's do private string first. Is everybody okay if I just do first for first name? Last for last name. Private integer age. And then we want to put the corresponding many to one, right? So it's at many to one. And fetch type is lazy, and then we need the join column. The join column name equals dojo underscore ID. Okay. So what is this property? What does a ninja have? What does a ninja belong to?
Yeah, ninja belongs to dojo, right?
Yep, exactly. Ninja belongs to dojo. So we're going to make it, it is a dojo, and we're going to call it dojo. Okay, so now I got to import the fetch type in here. Okay, so now we can make our getters and setters. So let's do the noarg constructor in here. Let's do the full arg constructor. Then we'll do the getters and setters. Okay, and we'll do the same thing in our dojo. Generate an empty constructor. Generate full constructor. And generate getters and setters. Cool. Save my ninja. All right, so now let's take a look at our database. So if I refresh my schema, where's my ninja? Oh, shoot, what'd I forget?
Entity.
Entity, right. Entity, table name. Oops, it's just table. Table name equals ninjas. Now we need that at ID at generated value strategy equals generation type dot identity. There we go. Cool. And that is, or I'm sorry, those are the annotations for our property, which is just long ID. Okay, let's import the table.
So created at and updated at is not mandatory.
I'm not going to mark you off if you don't have it. You all know how to do it. I mean, you've been doing it ad nauseum. I don't think it's. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now I totally screwed up my getters and setters because I forgot that. So let me just start over. So let me generate my noarg constructor. Arg constructor, and then getters and setters. Cool. Now I should have a ninja table. Sweet. So I've got my ninjas. I got my dojo, which just has a name. I got my dojo has a name, and then ninja that has age first, last, and dojo ID. All right. Now, we got our models. What else do we need? What is the other 2 layers of our model? So we need a repository, right? Let's take these notes out so we can. So we need a repository for dojos and a repository for ninjas, right? So I'm going to change this to dojo repository. And this will be ninja repository. Ninja. Ninja. And then for the services, it's got to be, we need a service for each. Dojo service. Change this to Dojo Ninja. And then we need a Ninja service. We could probably get away with one service because this is kind of a small, but I'm just going to demo it just so you guys can see it. So Ninja service, Ninja service. Cool. So now let's make sure I didn't mess it up. Dojo Ninja, Dojo Ninja. Okay, so let's make our repositories. Let's make our services. Okay. Let's save these. Let's connect up the dojo first. So I'll close Ninja for now. Should probably make a controller too, right? I'm just going to do that by hand. So we've got our models, we've got our repositories, we got our services. Let's make a new folder for controllers. Okay, need to designate this as a controller. And what is the first route we need? I go back to, we want this page, right?
New.
So we basically want /dojos/new. So let's make that to display this form. Okay, so let's say @get mapping /dojos/new public string new dojo return, and I'm just going to return index.jsp for now. Okay, so if I wanted to break up my web app, right? If I wanted this to be the, I don't know, Dojo's index and then have a Ninja's index, how would I do that? Yeah, put the JSPs into a folder. So I'm just going to make a new folder. We'll call this one Dojos. Drag this index in here. So now in order to access it, I would need to give the full path. Well, the full path from the WebINF, right? So I need to go Dojos/index. Okay. So now to test it out, not that one, I didn't go to localhost, 8080. Okay, so I get this. Why am I getting this? Yeah, there's no route, right? There's no /route. So what I could do is, since there's no route specified, right? The wireframe doesn't ask for a root route. So what I could do is just go into static and put in index.html. Then I can just do anchor tag /dojos/new and add a dojo. Okay, so now if I go back to localhost 8080, oh, let me rerun it. There we go. So now I can add a dojo and it's going to take me to that page. Okay, you don't have to do that. I'm just showing you that that's possible. All right, so now how do I get that form there? So basically I'm making this page. So instead of it saying, let me go to the right one, not that one. Instead of saying dojos and ninjas, I'm going to have it say add a dojo. And how do I make that form? Form, cool. So form. What goes in here?
The path.
Right. So first I need my action, right? So action, I'm going to say /dojos. My method, which is going to be post. What's the third thing that goes in here?
Name.
Not the name. We want to remember when we're using the form, we're getting an empty dojo to fill out, right? So that's the model attribute, which will be a dojo. Okay. And the only property on a dojo we need to worry about is form label. What do I put for the path? Not dojos. What's the property we're making here? So if I go back to my dojo model, right, I want to populate this. So my path is going to be the property on my object, which is name. I'll say name. And then form input. Same path, right? Path equals, oops, name. Okay, I'm not going to worry about errors because I don't think it's part of the assignment. Okay, now if I go back here, refresh, sorry for the barking. There's no object, nope, sorry, give me 1 second. All right, so it doesn't have a dojo. How do I get this dojo it's looking for to my form? It's looking for this, right? So where do we set up this dojo? Okay, sorry, Hamza, we need to add the controller, right? So the controller, there you go. Let's go to the controller. So we need a model attribute. What I put in the parentheses has to match the model attribute on my form. So what I'm trying to do is close this for now. Where am I? This dojo has to match here. Okay. And then it's a dojo, and we're going to call it dojo. Okay. So it doesn't know what a dojo is, so I need to import that. Okay. So now if I save this, go back. Now I'm all set to add a dojo. Okay. So how do I get that dojo into my database? Post mapping, right? Exactly. Cool. So post mapping. Fingers wrong key. Post mapping. And it's / dojos is what I think I did. Public string create dojo. And in order to get, so this model attribute sends the empty dojo. I need the same thing here to access the filled out dojo. So I'm going to copy this, paste it right here. All right, so now ultimately this is going to return RETU. Oh my gosh, RETU RN. I've never tried this. I'm going to try to redirect to the root. See what happens. Okay, so now I need to send this dojo off, right? Who does the controller talk to? Right, so we need a service to handle it. So it's going to be dojo service. Dojo service. You don't have to spell this out. It could be DS or just service, whatever you want. I like to spell it out. So we're going to say dojo service dot create dojo. And what are we going to pass in? Sorry for the barking. Yeah, dojo that we made, right? So the dojo that comes from this form, we're going to pass it along to our service. So I'm going to try to quick fix and create this in my dojo service. And it made it. Cool. So now who does the service talk to? Oops. Yeah.
Also,
So auto wired, we're going to connect it to the repository. So that's dojo repository, dojo repository. And then in here, all we need to do is say dojo repository dot, and then it's going to be save. Why doesn't it have save? Oh, why doesn't it have save? I wish I'd done this on purpose, but I didn't. But it's good that I didn't. What am I missing? None of the CRUD methods are here. How do I get those CRUD methods? Did I make my repository? That's a good question. I did, but it's not right, right? What's this supposed to be?
you have to make this a service annotate on top, no?
Yes. Let me do that before I forget. Yeah, so this has to be a service. Let's do that. So at service. Okay, definitely have to do that. But the dojo repository, right? So what is a repository? It's not a class. Interface, right? So there's got to be an interface. And in order to get those methods that we need, like the save and the
Implement.
ID, we want to extends CRUD repository. And then we need to, whatever we're keeping track of goes first. So dojo, and then whatever the data type of its primary key is. Okay, so now let's import that. And we should be set up now. So if I go back to my dojo, let me save my controller just in case, dojo service. So dojo repository. Now if I do dojo repository dot, now I have all of those methods that I need. Okay, so now here's my save. So I'm going to go ahead and save the dojo that gets passed in. Cool. Now let's try to add a dojo. Burbank. I forgot my submit button. Details. Okay. So input, type submit. Okay, so now Burbank, add dojo. Refresh my, nope, that's the ninjas. There we go. So Burbank's in there. Oh my gosh, time has gone by so fast.